Hey y'all.
Hello.
Why didn't that make a noise? Usually that makes a noise. Oh, because we're okay. So hey y'all, welcome back. If you are a returning viewer, if you are new, thank you so much for finding us. If we met you at Vogue Knitting Live, it was wonderful to meet you, and thank you for checking us. And thank you for checking us out. So we already recapped Friday. Yes. On Friday. But Saturday we hosted an after party to the knit night at Beer Culture that In the Untangled did. So it was a little late.
It was 1 a.m.
Yeah. And then Sunday we slept in, and then we did
yoga.
The special event stage stuff.
It was lots of fun. And we can report about that.
And then we came home and I napped.
Yes.
A lot.
I cleared part of my desk.
Yeah, I see. So that you can... Did you write up your syllabi you needed to write up?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's next.
Okay. But I needed sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought Mom was going to come back from running an errand and wake me up. And
you were out, so I left
you. Apparently I was nicely out.
Very out.
So instead, we then also watched a little documentary on the Queen and her coronation.
And she was talking on it.
Yes, she was watching the footage of it that she apparently has never seen before, or at least never seen and
commented
had her comments made public.
Right.
We don't know,
who knows what goes on in private?
Exactly. So that was very interesting. But now we're here to talk to you about our weekend and about Saturday and Sunday. It was a great
weekend.
It was.
Let's hear it from Vogue Knitting Live. Yes. We had several questions answered.
Yeah, and just a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It was a good time. It was a really good time.
So Saturday morning,
what did we start off with?
Breakfast in the room.
Yes, we did. Yes, breakfast is very important in our family.
Yes, and because of the food allergies, we were able to order what we wanted, which was basically egg white scrambled eggs, and they provide so much with room service that one meal fed the two of us, and you can tell from our size, we're not shrinking violets here.
No.
So it was more than enough for just the two of us, one meal, and then we went to
Yarn 101 with Clara Parkes.
Yarn 101. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I finally think I can understand the difference between woolen spun and worsted spun.
And she gave us an example, actually.
Well, she called woolen Gilda Radner.
Yes.
And that worsted spun is Jane Curtin. So for those of us who have...
So, the one on... You can see there, it says that one on
this
left side is woolen, which
fluffier.
You can see is fluffier, and this on the right is worsted, which is a lot thinner
and tamer. Because it goes through additional carding processes and is stressed more. That's
all the fibers are in more alignment.
Yes, whereas in woolen they're haphazardly in alignment. And there's a reason, because the woolen spun tend to be more native yarns, more
single breeds,
more rustic.
Yes,
a little more rustic. So they've got a longer staple. And probably more crimp, so that they have more structure in and of themselves than does a worsted spun yarn. And then she went through single plies, 2 plies, 3 plies, multiple plies, chain nets. It was fabulous, because I have a problem with my green sweater that I just finished. I breathe and it outgasses fluff. I mean, it's the most amazing thing. And the yarn isn't that old. It hasn't been infested by bugs. I have no idea. But I have the same problem with the dress that I made. But
Clara said it could have just been damaged during the milling process.
The dress is yarn that is probably the oldest I have. And it must not have been very good yarn in general, because the company's out of business now. So that's an indicator. I do want to elongate those sleeves so that I can throw it in the washing machine and see if I can felt it, and that might help stop the outgassing. And it's a loose dress, so by doing some felting, it's not going to do any damage. And if it shortens up, I can wear it as a tunic, so that's not a problem. Anyway, Clara Parkes was fabulous.
She was fun.
Fabulous. And I bought her book called A Stash of One's Own. And
remember I went in September to the book signing? Because she got us.
I have one. And so I have now bedtime reading. So very exciting.
Yes.
Yes.
So then after Clara, we met up with 7th Floor Yarns.
Yes.
They're a mother-daughter team. They have an Etsy shop, and they do yarn. They have
dye yarn.
Thank you. They dye yarn, and they also do wooden wooden yarn boxes versus yarn bowls. They're really beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
And I think that would fit my aesthetic much better than a yarn bowl. Also, I don't know, I feel like a wood box is a bit more sturdy if it accidentally gets knocked on the floor. You know, I don't have to then also worry. I would much rather worry about, like, little chips of wood on my carpet and figuring out that than possibly, you know, ceramic shards.
Okay.
I don't know.
And we were standing right by the Long Island Yarn Crawl table.
For 2018.
When we met up with them. And so this is going to be going on the weekends, or the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of April 19th to the 22nd. And the deal is to go to...
And there are 10 shops
there's
this year.
10 shops. Get your passport stamped at all 10, and then turn it in at the last shop you visit in order to win the grand prize. And we know the person who won the grand prize last year, which was, I think, $100 per store, something like that. It was fantastic. Turn in a passport with any number of stamps for an additional drawing. And then the drawing results will be up by May 6th. So really in a pretty short time turnaround from the 22nd to the 6th. They are probably also going to be collecting baby hats again.
We didn't talk to Cheryl about it.
That
but Cheryl
is a project that's close to her heart.
Every time we stop by the shop at Vogue,
we got a hug.
But it was always busy. So good. I'm very excited to hear how...
Each shop will be offering specials for the yarn crawl, either a special kit or a discount. Details of each shop special will be posted. Purchase your Long Island Yarn Crawl bag at participating yarn shops while they last for $5, or receive one free with a minimum purchase of $40. Each shop has door prizes where a $40 minimum purchase is your entry into the drawing. So you'll have little stubs that you can put in to be drawn. It doesn't say about baby caps, so we'll have to see.
Okay.
Prizes will not be mailed. You must pick them up at the store for door prizes.
But on the front of the passport, it indicates your preferred location for your prize pickup.
Yes, so there are 3. Knit in Roslyn, the Knitting Garden
in Huntington, and the Knitting Cove in Port Jeff.
Right.
So
lovely people. All.
Yeah.
So mark that on your calendar.
And we might try and see if we can talk to some shops prior to it. So watch this space.
Well, last year we did knit.
So maybe
we'd like to do knit again, and maybe we can get to the knitting place in
Port, and maybe we can get a... Well, why don't we talk and look at and reach out to some shops and see if we could do one, if we do one interview a week. Yes, for these I should come with you. Yes. I know. Yeah. But I think that'd be fun.
A little damp. Maybe.
Well, yes, you did it in the bathroom.
The other thing I did is I knitted my swatch
of the Christy Glass and your Long Island Yarn and Farm collaboration alpaca yarn.
So, and I decided this is the 7, and I put 7 pearl bumps in, so I know which is the 7, and this is the 6, and the 6 is what I have gotten gauge with. But now I'm going to throw it in the washing machine. on hand wash and see if it changes it at all, because I do like to put my knits in on the hand wash cycle.
My only concern is because it's 50-50, the one yarn, the sweater I have that's 50-50, we threw in the wash and it slightly felted. For mine, it looked great, but I don't know if you want that with that sweater.
I don't. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just
I mean, do it with definitely throw the swatch in.
Right, we'll do that.
But, like, I just think...
We'll see what happens to the swatch.
Yeah.
I'll put it in by itself, and then we'll...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll take it out, and we'll look at it, and then I can even throw it in the dryer to really stress it.
Yeah. We love abusing our knits, can you tell?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened. Oh my goodness, I got so many compliments on this. This is the Epaulette sweater by Raelean Finch, the test knit I did.
Yes.
And actually, I went by the Stephen and Penelope booth today because it wasn't a madhouse while everyone else was in classes today.
Really kind of quiet today.
So that was lovely. Like, I do have to say, not having class on Sunday so that you can go all around is really nice.
But next year there's a class that I want to take that goes on for like a year and a half.
But I got one of their style ribbons because they were giving them out to people who were at the booth that they liked their sweaters, and it was just really sweet.
And I think they loved the epaulettes.
They did, and it was very funny. A lot of people came up to me and liked the epaulettes, and I was like, well, I accidentally felted them because I didn't realize that it was a wool and bamboo, not a superwash and bamboo. And they were like, oh, but it gives it that great dimensionality. I was like, yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you know that this is not planned. Well, and that it's not part of the pattern. Like, just to keep in mind that, you know, your results may vary. Right. But there were at least 2 or 3 people that, like, pulled it up on their Ravelry right there. So I hope that turns into some sales for Raelean because she's super sweet. And
I like it myself. So
I love it. I might make another one and make it a little bit, and make it like a tunic length, make it a little bit more fitted, and make it a tunic length.
I would like tunic length.
Yeah. Yes. But it's I love it, as we all know. I mean, it's my go-to sweater. How many times have I worn it on the podcast since I finished it? Probably a lot. So
is that's then we next went to Backyard Fiber.
Yeah, we went to Backyard Fiber because we went and said hello to Alice. Hi, Alice. Because I really wanted... So, remember when Mom saw the... I'm going to cover up some personal information because Mom used this as a little post-it note earlier at some point. Remember when Mom got the I Knit New York pin and thing from One More Row Press at Rhinebeck? And I was like, oh, I've seen that on Instagram. Oh my goodness, I really want it.
I want it. Yes.
My mommy got it for me.
Well, there's a couple sweaters in there that I like.
Yes, so Mommy and I will share it, but we got it signed. We got it signed by I think it was Chris. I think that was by the woman who put the collection together. I can't remember her name. I feel really bad right now about that. But here, let's see. Gotta be someplace. Kathleen. Okay. Kathleen. Since this was a joint effort between Alice and Kathleen, they were the editors of it. And at the time when I bought it, Alice was busy, so I didn't ask her to sign it. But I'm really excited because there are some really beautiful articles written by New Yorkers. Actually, Lisa, Indian Tangled, has an article in here. Nice. And they're just some beautiful sweaters, like Zandy Peters.
Oh, I love that.
Look at that. And then...
Is that for cotton?
As you can see, I still have a cough. I mean, you could make it in cotton, but they use the Backyard Fiber Works terrain, which is superwash merino.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, Lisa wrote a little long, or not long end, New York City yarn cross description and things. I love this shawl by Kathleen. And then where is Lars? That's Lars's hat. So it's very Lars.
I didn't see Lars this time.
I feel like he was one step ahead of us because we would see people and they would be like, "Oh, we spoke to Lars," and I'm like, "Oh, we know Lars."
Yeah, we didn't see Lars.
Not
I saw
this
Lars
week.
at Rhinebeck.
Yeah, not this.
I have not seen him at Vogue.
Not this year. We did not see him this year. And then there's an article about going on a button hunt in New York.
And one of the designers we were listening to today, Jade Starmore, was talking about how she came to New York and went on a button treasure hunt binge. Yes. So we're very lucky to live in this place that has sources for all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so we have the Knit New York. Yes,
Mom, I flipped it open and this one came up first, the Chrysler Building one.
Yes, I like
and
that.
And Mom was like, I love that. And I was like,
really
okay,
do.
Well, good. I'm glad that we both like it. So we got that, and then Mom... Then,
because of the Martina Baim
color class
so this is the ball that I took with me.
The Rainbow Sherbet colorway.
Yes. And I decided to go with stripes to work with this. So then what I picked up, it's called Reed. 3 skeins plus a 4th gives me 1,600 yards. And I think that this will be a nice background. There, that's the color. Background color or a supporting color for this ball of sherbet. And I'm very happy, so it made the class worthwhile. It made me think about a different kind of color than usual.
Than a neutral, yeah.
Yeah, as a neutral. It looks yellowish in here, but under the other light, it looked kind of cream.
I mean, you can wear that yellow, though.
Yes, it's an ice yellow.
Yeah, I can't. So, I mean, even if it is an ice yellow, but look at how much brighter the sherbet looks under this light in here. You can kind of see it on screen. It looks significantly brighter in here under the light with I think the pink walls might be
that has
doing
something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then we explored the marketplace a bit because we had some time before we had an interview that we were going to do. And yes, wait, no, we're not doing that yet. Oh. But so we actually went by the Penguin audiobooks.
Yes.
Booth.
Oh, my t-shirt's in the other room.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you have an iPhone, you should download the app called Volumes, and they have podcasts like with authors and free book downloads, and they're really pushing like listening to audiobooks while you knit, and I thought it was a wonderful marketing, not ploy, but like,
yes,
this is a great marketing opportunity for audiobooks, and
absolutely,
the fact that they had a booth was great, and they had a Plinko,
yes,
and I got a Notions pouch,
yes,
so that was cool, and the t-shirt looks really cute. Mom got the t-shirt, and there was no, like, oh, so sorry you don't win, like, part of the Plinko board. So everyone got something, which was really cool.
There were earbuds.
Yeah.
There was a tote bag. There was
the Notions pouch, the
t-shirt.
And there were, like, 2 other options as well. So
everyone was a winner.
Yes. So then I think that was all on... Oh, and then I have to pull up my phone because
there's more.
So that was all on the 5th floor, I believe.
Yes.
And then on the 6th floor, so the marketplace extended out past the ballroom this year.
Yes.
It surrounded the elevator bay. And so the last booth before you walked into the ballroom on the 6th floor was, I believe, Mum and Son Inc. And they do project bags with animals on them that knit.
Oh, and we ran into Kristen.
Oh, we ran into Kristen, yes, and Amelia Bedelia.
Yes, which is slow fashion.
Slow fashion fan?
Something like that. Now, used to be Amelia Bedelia, so we ran into Kristen, I think on the 5th floor.
I believe so.
And had a little chat, had some hugs, and...
Slow fashion rebel.
Slow fashion rebel.
So Amelia,
Yes.
Slow Fashion Rebel. I just always remember her now as Amelia Bedelia because it's fun to say. So sorry about that, Amelia. I know that's not your brand anymore, but I apologize.
Slow Fashion
Rebel.
Okay.
So that was lovely to see them.
Yes, it was.
And then we saw this bag. Well, we saw the hedgehog first.
There.
And then I saw this. And if you all don't recall, when I went to the Shed Museum, or the Shed Aquarium in Chicago, and I squealed over otters.
Went nuts over otters.
I went nuts over this bag, too.
Yes.
However, I was functioning under the, if I can walk away from it, I do not need it this weekend.
Right. So she walked away.
So I walked away. Mind you,
we continued on our
trek. We said hello to Mina from Knitting Expat.
We did.
She was at that booth as well, and we didn't put two and two together. But she was like, "Oh yeah, that was a cute day." I was like, "Oh yes, thank you. Okay, hello, goodbye."
Yes. And went on our way.
We moved right along, and then on 6,
Isn't that where I got my needle?
Those needles, those you got. Yes, that you got your books on Friday night. And your needles, I thought, on Friday night.
I think you're right.
So I think we talked about those on Friday night.
Purchase.
Yes.
Yes.
So we just walked around and explored. We checked out the knitting place because they have Stephanie from Asylum Fibers' yarn, and both of those grandiose golds in Delirium had sold. So it was a good thing that I had left them there because hopefully some woman who came in from
out of town, way out of town,
who doesn't know Asylum Fibers, got to take them home and experience the beauty that is Asylum Fibers.
Because you're going to custom order.
Yeah, I'm going to custom order. I'm excited, and she's going to actually. We talked about. Yeah, well, we talked about what color we should do, or I should do, as the coordinating main color. And we all...
I'm going to have a drink.
I know. We all decided that I have way too much gray in my life.
Which is also why I got the color I got.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't be wearing, mixing my sherbets with gray.
So we decided to go with a tan. So Stephanie told me she had a new dye that she wanted to try out.
You said great.
So hopefully I'll see that soon. No pressure, Stephanie. As I said when we were talking about it.
Get there.
Whenever you get to it, you get to it. I have a whole hell of a lot of other sweaters to do. So I'm glad I left those skeins for someone else because that opened someone else up to the world that is the beauty.
Yes.
Of Asylum.
And speaking of beauty.
And so then we decided to go upstairs and have lunch, and Stephanie came and joined us to hang out because Saturday was a bit crazy down in the marketplace.
Well, it always is.
Yes.
But I had asked Stephanie to dye me up 4, because, it's sweater quantity, of this. It's called Velvet Chair. And yes, can you see the yes, it's sparkling. So it's sparkling really nicely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the next iteration of my sweater that I designed will be in that. So this sweater is almost a full vest now. So I've gotten 2/3 of the way around the neck edge, and then I will do the sleeves. So I'm almost there. I seem to have lost a needle. I've lost, well, I'm sure I'll find this one. I've lost 2 embroidery needles in my knitting bag over this weekend. I don't understand. One I just lost between packing it in at Vogue Knitting and unpacking it here. There's an elf in this house that is eating embroidery needles. Be that as it may.
Oh, okay. So it is on row 3.
Yeah, it's gone.
No, not you. I was talking to myself about something, Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you brought him anyways.
Well,
your little octopus.
I don't know. It was... Oh!
Did you find one?
No, that's his eye. Yes.
Ah, look at you!
Yes, I did. I found one. Oh, good. Okay. Because we were supposed to bring embroidery... Oh, I found the other one. Wonderful.
He just ate them.
He just ate them. All right. So I didn't lose them. He ate them. Now if I can find the knitting needle... That would be good. Because that's what I've been doing my neck edge with.
Are you sure it's not in the ball of yarn?
That may be. That may be. Gingerly, I'm going to we will find it, not to worry. I'm going to stick this back on the neck edge so I don't lose the stitches.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be doing this, and it's going to have a different neck edge than this one does. I already know what kind of neck edge I want to put on it. And it will have a slightly different form of waist shaping.
And it'll have different shoulders, because don't you want to do
Yes.
the fully fashioned?
I'm going to do the fully fashioned shoulders in this color. So I am excited about that. And then you want to say that we had a special guest? Or?
Well, you will see it probably in the next few weeks on the channel.
Our channel?
Our channel,
Okay.
because we have to edit it, and I just have
She's editing.
I have to relearn iMovie, because we decided that we're gonna do that.
Well, I think it's only fair.
It's only fair. So we actually interviewed with Christy Glass Knits, and we interviewed her.
Yes.
So we recorded like the entire time that we were all talking. So I'm just gonna.
And there was some like off the cuff kind of things, and we dropped a few things. And so in order to have Christy feel comfortable, we are going to edit out the really odd moments.
In order for us to feel comfortable and posting it with her in it,
Yes.
we have no problem.
We have no problem
looking at, but we like to
ever.
We like to showcase our friends in their
best light,
and it's not even that she wasn't in her best light the entire time. We just were a little spaz sometimes. So
yes.
Yeah, and so maybe you'll see us over on her channel sometime soon.
Or at least we'll see sometime.
Yes, at some point.
Yes.
And you'll see her over here in the near future.
Yes.
And then we had our seaming class, which was brilliant. Brilliant. Yes, it's just mattress stitch. I understand this.
But look, I used yellow. He said use a light color. And the color of the thread that I used to do my seam is green. And look at this. Yes, you can see a little green when I pull it apart, but honestly,
Yeah. And like we did a sleeve cap set in. Look at how beautiful. It's a little puckery here, but I'm okay with that. I think over and over a shoulder, it'll be fine. I only got half of one done in class, so I will do the other half for practice.
But it answered a question of mine on this sweater, because there was something that I was trying to do, and now I'll be able to do it. So I'm very excited about that.
I don't know.
So after I get my syllabus written.
Why is my nail doing that?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. All right, so I found 2 needles. I just need to find a 3rd.
Okay.
Carry on.
So we all know my Ginko sweater. So I didn't like the seams that I had done in a flash at the Nerd Girl Retreat. So I started very carefully doing the mattress stitch up the side. According to John Brinegar's class.
It's like vinegar.
Brinegar. And look at how beautiful it is.
It's stunning.
Look at that garter. Like the seam in the garter.
Stunning.
So I'm really excited. It is taking a lot of time, but it's worth it. Also because this is such a variegated yarn, and it's shiny, and yeah.
You need it under strong light.
Yes, but the class was great, and he's wonderful.
It flew by.
I've had his class before.
3-hour class. I would have said maybe an hour.
Yeah, it was wonderful. He was wonderful. So if you ever have an opportunity to take his classes, do it.
Take him.
I've taken the zipper class before. I remember some of it, so that was good. But he did say that, you need to do it again within the next week, or else you're going to lose all of that information, because we are being adult learners. And that's what happens when you're an adult learner.
Yes.
Is if you don't repeat what you have learned within a week, you don't retain it. So then we went over to Beer Culture to hang out with the group that was there for Indie Untangled's little.
So we saw Shamika.
We saw Shamika. We saw Marsha from One Geek to Craft Them All.
Yes.
Who does the stitch markers. We saw Lexi from Lexicorp Knits, who does the knitted ornaments, but she was leaving and we were going, and it was really cold out, and I didn't put it together that it was her until we were like far enough apart that it was just too cold to like run back together and say hello. So yeah,
it was really cold.
It was cold.
Night. It's cold out there today. I just went to I went to the post office before coronation.
Mm-hmm.
It was 22 degrees. It's cold.
It's cold.
You want to remote start that car?
I will. And then we saw Mary from our knitting group and Ashby from our knitting group were there. Lisa obviously was there, and Stephanie was there as well. And then we kind of decided that to kind of disperse for those people who were going home.
Right.
And those people who were coming to the after party came back to our place, our hotel room, and we hung out to about 1 o'clock, and that was lovely.
Great. And I worked on my sock, and I am within an inch of finishing the cuff. It is going to be an afterthought sock, and that's why this little marker's there, so that when I fold it in half, then the sock, so you can see that I'm lacking just about an inch. So with an inch to go, I'll have one sock done, and then I can start the other. The heel is going to be in a coordinating color, which is at my feet. So it's going to be like that. So that's what the heel is going to be. So I have that ready and in good shape.
And so I worked on my swaps shawl, which I'm not going to show y'all, and my sweater. And look!
She cast it on during
Martina Bain's class. It's really potato chippy, and it's out of...
I think the
it's
color,
Foxy.
too.
Yeah, it's... I think I ordered Foxy. I think this is on Foxy. Let me go to the stash just to confirm that, because I don't want to say that it's Foxy and then find out that it's Foxy. So that Nerd Girl Foxy. And this is actually the Retreat colorway, so it's My Internet Friends Are Real. And it's Polworth and Silk, which is why it's so soft.
Great.
It's slightly, it's crunchy, but soft.
I think when it's blocked,
but like it's crunchy but soft, and so
very interesting.
My hands really, really didn't want to work with the Woolmiza during the class on Friday. If you remember, if I told you all that, because it's a pretty tightly spun yarn. It's a lovely yarn to work with, and it's soft once you block it. But my hands did not want to do that. So that's why, if we all remember, this guy cast on. And now I just can't stop knitting on it.
The Woolmiza.
Yes.
So she didn't want to bring these little baubles home. So we were able
we were able to bring them home.
And I'll make it into a baby hat for knit.
Yay!
So that'll be fun.
So that was Saturday. And then Sunday, we got up a little belatedly, which was lovely because we had been up late the night before.
And it didn't take long to clean up.
No.
So it was fun to have everybody. So hopefully we'll be able to have a knit in next year too. And I if we have it late, that's fine. It's great.
Mean, I think maybe next year. I mean, if Lisa wants to go out to the beer culture again, that's great. But I liked just being in the hotel and staying in the hotel and chatting. I mean, I did like
and Lisa put
beer culture because
blog. She sent in an email that showing the new location.
Yes, for Indian Tangled, it's gorgeous. We actually saw photos of it back in December when we met up with her, but we were sworn to secrecy. And of course, I was like, "Who am I going to tell? My mom?" And she was like, "Well," and I was like, "You're going to tell my mom."
Saugerties, right?
Yes, it's in Saugerties. So it'll be lovely. I'm very excited for her.
So go look it up on India Untangled.
It's also in, I think she posted a photo on Instagram.
So,
but yeah,
it's good. So. She's well aware of the problem of crowding, and
is working to remedy it.
Means that it was very successful, and it gave another outlook or another opportunity for the independent dyers to show their wares and sell their wares. So, you know,
because Rhinebeck's hard to get into, y'all.
Very hard to get into. And, you know, new people need a place to break in. And luckily, India Untangled has taken that as an opportunity. So anyway, we're going to be in a new location next fall. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Should be lots of fun. So that'll be good.
So,
and then we went to dinner. Early dinner.
Yeah, we've already passed that point. We're back. We're on Sunday. Mom.
Sorry,
we're at this morning.
You're right.
So this morning we then went downstairs and we got really good seats.
India Untangled.
I know. We got really good seats.
Excellent seats.
At the special event stage.
We were on the
second row, which was lovely. And we did the yoga, the seated yoga, which was a lot of fun. And good for a Sunday morning. An hour. Yep. And then before yoga, I ran around to find this bag. Because I saw it on Christy Glass's Instagram and I need it. Because this is my neutral face. This makes me look like I want to kill all of the puppies.
Which would never be true.
No, never true. So, this is a play on words for RBF. I'm not going to say what that means. Good. If you know what it means, then you understand the joke. If you don't, look it up.
Right.
So I just thought this was so freaking cute. It was at the Stephen and Penelope booth, which was not super packed.
Well, it's Sunday.
I know, it was wonderful. And so I then saw that they have this yarn dyer called Undercover Otter. And they have these
about her love for otters.
They have these mini skein sets called Otter Pups. The mini skeins are Otter Pups. The set of mini skeins is a romp because a group of otters is a romp. And so, of course, I came back and I told my mommy about it because I don't need yarn. I'm on a yarn diet. I am going to be very good. All of the yarn I'm going to get is just the yarn for that one sweater by Stephanie, and it's going to be great. And what did my mommy do? My mommy handed me money and said, go get a set of mini skeins. So what I think I'm going to do, so I got ones that are a bit out of my comfort zone. There was one that was a gradient set of blues. There was one that was like highlighter rainbow. As one woman who was standing there said, my granddaughter would love that set. And I was like, okay, well, do you want to make a project that your granddaughter would love or one that you would love? And she goes, I mean, I like them too, but you're right. I should probably go with this color. And I was like, okay. Because I was trying to help her pick out colors because I had already decided to go with this one because it's speckles and it's greens and I think it's interesting. So what I think I'm going to do is knit a Speckle and Pop by Stephen West. And
oh, how perfect.
I know. And I just realized I have that gray skein or the black and white and such skein of Asylum Fibers.
Mm-hmm. And
I have the Graphite by Hedgehog and a Cinder by Hedgehog. And so that's like a black gray. So those can be the three main colors. And these guys can be the pops. I'm so excited. Nice. So I'm glad to have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to get out those other colorways. And maybe I will because Mom owes me money, which is why I got all of this. So instead of...
I had a little problem with Stella.
It's okay. We don't need to go into it. It's just adorable, and sometimes technology is too smart, is essentially what happened.
Too fast. I was trying to do it fast. That was the problem.
So, maybe we'll get the Otter
bag.
The Otter bag, and that can be the project bag for it.
I think that would be so cute.
That would be adorable. So if you haven't figured out, my Vogue Knitting Live theme was otters and get the yarn for that sweater.
Yes.
Because again, if I can't stop talking about it, I obviously need it. And I said it to Cheryl
of Knit.
I need to stop being shiny. Because I have so much shiny already in my closet that I just need to do it. Because they're going to lose their shine. And then what am I going to do?
Then where am I going to be?
I mean, I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to find a new pattern and it'll be fine. But I mean, that's what happened with the yarn that's in this sweater. I just realized that I still had the sweater in my queue, and I was like, I don't really like it that much anymore. And I'm very glad I used it in this yarn in this sweater. So I went back to Stephen and Penelope, and I got my little undercover otter pup romp set.
Otter pup
romp. Tongue twister, if I've ever heard one or said one. So they're super cute. The colorways in here are Sweet Alice, Green Inferno, Rattlers, Starry Eyes, and Devil Doll. So that's the other thing is that Undercover Otter I don't think she sells online. I actually didn't confirm that, but the Stephen and Penelope booth said she didn't. And that she only sells in Amsterdam. So, also shipping from Amsterdam, let's be real, probably not the most. So she does sell online, yeah, but it's all in euros, and I don't know if she ships to the U.S.
Right.
So
good to get it whenever you see Stephen and Penelope.
Yes, very good. And she did only have the Singularity base. So they're super wash merino singles. And we learned in
Yarn
101 that singles are great and they have their place.
And their place is?
Shawls.
Okay.
Not necessarily sweaters or texture. So that's why Stephen West, things and garter and things like that are great for them.
Yes.
Because they're great for showing off color in yarns, but not so much for heavy duty, heavy wear construction items.
Right. Like my sweaters.
Like your sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
So then we listened to
Meg Swansen.
Meg Swansen got interviewed by Trisha Malcolm
up on the stage
Vogue Knitting.
All right, I'm all set to put this in the washer.
Okay.
Yes.
And so that was lovely. So then...
Oh, on our way in, though.
Oh, on our way in, we did pick up something at the Vogue Knitting books booth. What did you pick up, Mama?
Bag.
A bag, yes. But what is in the bag?
Shh. Completely new and revised. Full of Band-Aid stuff. The new Vogue Knitting. And
the complete edition. Yeah, the complete technical thing. Which I'm pretty sure we have the original.
Older copy. Yes, we do.
I'm pretty sure you and I both have a copy of it. Because I'm pretty sure I
think
have
you
it.
got the second one. I think I have one of the first ones.
Yeah, I think I got it from one of the...
But John Brinegar had used it in class the night before.
And the great thing... Sorry, going back to I Love New York. There's a code in the back so that I can download it on Ravelry.
Nice.
So that we can have a Ravelry copy, which is really
always nice. But it had in here a lot of information that he used in class, and then it has wrap paper at the back.
So you can make copies of it, or you can just do it right there in the book.
Yes. So it has
But it's actual knitter's graph paper, so it has it at different gauges.
Right, and it's different gauge graph paper. So you can photocopy your little heart's desire and then write your patterns.
Yeah.
Or
play with a motif so
excellent.
That's lovely. And they have a lovely blow up of a set-in sleeve. But while Meg Swansen was on the stage, Mom had bought the Knitting with Two Colors, and so she had Meg sign it.
And then...
Well, it was funny because one other woman went up beforehand, and Trisha was saying, oh, she'll be having a signing at 2:30, but we had to check out at 2. So Mom was like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
and I was like, yes, you should. And then Amy actually ended up being at...
So I got Amy.
Yay!
So I have both authors' signed book. So excited.
So yeah. Oh. That's great. But this is a lovely book. And then Amy started talking about different things and using the book, because we just went over to talk to her after Meg's class. And then another knitting bag, yeah. And then was the Jade
Starmore, an amazing book called Glamorie. And I actually got a bag which I've already put in the closet. So a woman sitting next to me gave it to me, and she also, for some reason, that she didn't want to take it home. She also gave me a Knit Picks calendar.
It's beautiful. It's got all sorts of knits in it. So now I've got a calendar
for the coming year for my school office, and I'll be
That's really pretty.
Look what I get to look at in school. So this is their palette of fingering, Peruvian Highland wool. It's a really beautiful
calendar.
So I got that. She also gave me a
book the bag and the measuring tape, which was funny. Apparently, it was what was given out at the cocktail hour on Friday.
Right.
But she wasn't enamored with it. But the talk with Jade was awesome.
Glamorie is a beautiful book.
There are like 2 or 3 patterns we liked from it.
Wasn't. I mean, it's a stunning book, and the costumes that were knit were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's true. The Sea Anemone sweater was the one I liked, and then you liked an otter. What a surprise!
It's the theme, y'all.
Yes. But other than that, what was in the book wasn't something that I would be making, so I have not bought the book. I do recommend you go look for it and see if you like it and see if there's enough in it.
Because what they did was they designed costumes, essentially,
and
of
they created
mystical creatures.
Yes, and wrote the stories.
The backgrounds for them. And then created more wearable versions that were inspired by the costumes.
Right.
So this is something that has taken her and her mother a very long time. So
Years.
Jade is Alice Starmore's daughter. So
right.
It's an Alice Starmore book. We found out it's a whole family affair.
Yes.
So she helps design and create with her mom.
And takes
the photographs. And her father does the typesetting.
Yes.
And so they also have a line of Hebridean wool, and of their own blend of Hebridean wool. And so they tested it 20 years ago, or 18 years ago, by knitting waistcoats for Jade's 2-year-old, and out of all of the samples that they were getting from the mill, and then determining whether or not they were too scratchy, too soft, too pilly, things like that, by the wear of
toddler tested.
Yeah. So she was slightly self-deprecating. I was like, yeah, I know it's a little daft, but toddler tested. And we all were like, no, that's reasonable, because if it's too scratchy for a 2-year-old, it is too scratchy for an adult.
And they're so active that pills will just kind of float right up. So it was a good testing. So that was we really enjoyed that discussion. And then it led to the Rowan yarn throw.
Mm-hmm. So Mom got a skein of pure wool chunky,
made with superwash merino wool, and the colorway is God knows what.
Baby pink.
Is that what it says?
No.
Oh, I don't see it. I don't see a colorway on there, but it does look like baby pink. So, I think I may use it for design work, because I'm going to use it to figure out cabling. Cabling patterns, because it's nice and chunky. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it into a knot. So I've been looking for something to help me with my cabling design work, and I think that's what I'm going to use it for. But thank you very much. I almost broke my hand trying to get a piece of lavender. It hit me on my shoulder and bounced, and somebody behind me got it.
Mm-hmm.
Another one bounced off of me too. 2 bounced off of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one I managed to catch. So it was a free-for-all. Josh Bennett was one of the people who was throwing it. And he did make an effort to throw it to the close-by people as well as the far-away people. So that was nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I have down here? I think that is about it. in terms of our adventures. And then we went back upstairs, had lunch packed.
And came home.
Yes. And then at home, I finished my Bumhugger.
Yes.
So I had made this.
You made it last year when you went on the boat.
But it was
way too big.
So
and
now,
so you
and
frogged
I made
it.
Cables.
And now
I put cables around the armholes.
Nice.
See that?
Yeah.
Nice big fat cables. So I re-knit it. And I have just seamed it. So now it is a finished object. No longer sitting in the living room
as the balls of yarn.
So, and it's really warm. I don't know about you all, but it's kind of chilly in this house tonight. So I know it really doesn't quite go with what I have on. But it's warm. And I like it. I don't even know what yarn it is. It was big balls of yarn that we got from Fiberspace.
Cascade something.
It was from Fiberspace.
Yeah, but I think it was Cascade. I think possible. It was a Muggle yarn. I don't think it was it's definitely not a hand dyed. I think it was a Cascade or a Barocco.
Something. Anyway, I bought it from Fiberspace.
Yep.
And it's nice and warm, so I'm loving it. Loving it.
Mm-hmm.
So of the classes, the Fully Fashioned Shoulder answered a question of mine. John Brinegar was amazing.
Brinegar
is going to help me fix a problem I had. It was fantastic. And then Clara Parkes finally got me understanding the aspects of the yarn and being able to make better yarn choices. So that was really important.
Amy and Meg, we have already sung their praises. And as I actually told Amy earlier that I had been half trapping my floats. And she was so funny. She goes, now I don't want to confuse you, but sometimes you do just want to do a half trap. And I was like, Amy. But that was good to know because I do think when I do that colorwork bulky weight, I might not trap, but I also might just half trap the yarn because it's going to be really bulky and I don't see any reason to add just even a little bit more bulk by trapping the yarn.
Right.
I mean, when the diameter of the yarn is so thick, trapping can be very visible.
Yes.
So I think it is time for us. Well, we don't have anything to weave in our ends on today. Almost. Yeah. I mean, I'm below the armhole, and I just started this 2 days ago.
Well, it's worsted weight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a DK worsted. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also usually don't knit sweaters that fast. But
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my swatch in the wash is what I'm going to do. Since I've got it all ready to go. I've got my waste yarn in it.
Well, and I'm going to go home.
I am ready. So anyway, it is time for us to weave in our ends and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have some progress on something around here.
Maybe.
I'm not promising.
No promises, but
all right.
Hope you have a lovely, if
Great
you have
week.
Tomorrow off, hope you have a good day off. Neither of us do.
No.
But I hope you have a lovely day off. And if you went to Vogue, I hope you have a lovely recovery.
Right. In fact, I have to take the car to the garage, so it's having a small issue. So I may not get to knit tomorrow.
I don't know if I'm going to make it. I never know if I'm going to make it. I never know if I'm going to make it because of the office.
With that,
we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.